Hi, friends. Ron Barlow here again. I'm alive, I'm alert, and I feel great. I'm going to get back to the story about that ex-con that was on the stage of the school assembly that I at the school I was teaching at a few years back. He introduced himself by talking about the fact that his mother had been raped, and he was a product of that rape, and his mother had been a prostitute in a downtrodden area of Toronto. And all his life as a child, his mother was being abused this way and that way and verbally, and he always stood up for his mother, and he got in real trouble. I made a mistake on that story about when he got in this reform school. He didn't just pull his hand away when the guys were giving him a strap. He had a bar, an iron bar. He was 9 or 10 years old. He took that iron bar and he cracked it right across the wrist of the guy that was giving him a strap. So he sort of fell into the way he was from the circumstances he had. But on the other hand, he sat in front of a TV. He walked down the street where there were bars. He found places he could party, no different than the people sitting in the audience that day as teenagers. Simple thing like a TV commercial. It's not a Hollywood scene there, folks. It's just people having fun in a party, all wearing the best clothes, all being all good looking. And they're all, maybe it's all because they're having a few beers. And that's what the kids get to think. And they say, hey, I want to get into that. And so whenever he talked about those kind of things, the commercials on TV and the movies, they would just cheer loudly. They would cheer loudly. They would think that was great. But what he was telling them was those things can lead somewhere that you're not expecting. The big thing was watching the violent movies. They just sort of overwhelmed by the kinds of movies that the violent movies. I don't know what they have today, but that back then, even back then when I saw this happen, there was the movie Chainsaw Massacre, and it was a really rough movie, cutting up people and that. And these things desensitize us to acting in a certain way and not realizing the consequences. He knew that the kids, just most of them wouldn't even pick up what he was trying to say, but as he told them, he says, I don't care if you want to give them, you can be boo birds, you can close your ears, you can drift off and not pay attention at all. But I'm going to do this assembly today, and I hope if I find one person here that I help, that'll be great. And even if I don't, I'm going to someplace else in the afternoon, and when I find them, somebody there, that'll be great too. I got to conclude this in another situation about his life. Developed into a family life for this man once he got out of jail. It's quite an interesting point to put on to this. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.